no one's going to make this easier. No one's going to stop my imposter syndrome. No one's going to make me get rid of this weird feeling I have because my husband thinks I'm crazy because I want to do my own thing. Nobody else is coming to do it. It is all on us. And when you realize that, wow.
Hi, everyone. You're all starting to come in. We're so excited. You made it here on day 3. That is a success. Success breeds success. So give yourself like a big high five for being here. We have an amazing guest speaker. We are so excited about this. I am actually like a little bit fan struck because I have read Dean's books. I've watched him for years and followed him. He's been a mentor to me. And so to have him here live and be able to go through what he's going to go through today is so exciting for me. I hope you're just as excited for it. He's very busy. He's taken the time to be here with us, and I am just thrilled. Dean, welcome and thank you.
Good to see you, Krista. Hey, thanks for the invite. Everybody, I get to see a bunch of faces there. Good morning, Kevin. Good to see you, Judy and Jennifer and Galen, and good to see everybody. No, it's what a great time in history, I think, to be doing what you're doing, Krista, and supply people with different trains of thinking, different ways to look at the life. Look at life, look at all the craziness that's going on in the outside world. At the end of the day, these are the times that really shape us. I tell my kids that all the time. It's easy to be happy and joyful and feel like things are great when things are going good, right? It's when things shift or become uncomfortable or uncertain or separated or divided or polarized, and all the things that are going on, a recession, inflation. That's the time when we want to evoke that next level version of ourselves. We want to wake up that hero that's always been in there, so we can be that person that's the strength for our family. And the fact of the matter is, these are times where with the right capabilities, it's not a time to survive. It's actually a time you could thrive, because most people are going to sit on their hands in fear. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Good to see you, Krista. Thanks for the invite. I want to do whatever serves this group best. Thank you, Kathy and Jessica and Judy and Leanne and Dustin, Steve. Appreciate the kind words, man.
We just want you to be you. So, I mean, I've read your book several times, and people always want the tactics, and they want to learn all the things. And I think, as we both know, and as everyone on this call knows, that there's so much more to, building a happy life and a happy business. It starts with the mindset, and it starts with having a really great reason to want to do it. So I just want you to do you, take over, be you. I'm watching your training on the Thrive training, and I watched module 1 that you did, and I was like, I want him to do that, because it really, it's the basis and the start of everything. So if you could just talk about, what makes people take action and how to really find out what their true why is, then you just go for it. I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a million directions I can go, everybody. And listen, all of you have heard personal development and set goals and focus on solutions and all that. But maybe today, I challenge you today to hear it through a different lens. I challenge you today to maybe hear it like it's the first time and have faith in you. Not that I am the perfect deliverer of this message. I'm going to deliver it in my way, and hope the way I communicate resonates with you today. But I'll challenge you, because here's what I know before I get to any of that. Let me see in the chat, have any of you ever felt, in today's world, they call it imposter syndrome, but have you ever felt imposter syndrome, or felt self-doubt, or felt you weren't good enough, or you're too old, or you're too young, or people look at you crazy when you try to do your own thing, or when you know there's more for you, that you dim your light to match the people around you so you don't look like the oddball? Look at all the yeses coming in. Yes. I have goosebumps, because we all feel that. I'm not exaggerating. The hair stands up on my arms when I think about things like that, right? Because we all have felt those. Look at the yeses, absolutely, definitely coming in. So here's what I want to tell you. Can we agree? I already got yeses, so I'll hopefully get more, but can we agree that the conversations we've been having at our dinner table with our friends, with the people we're close to, can we agree that those conversations have completely changed in the last just 10, 12 weeks, right? From inflation to an official recession, to interest rates going up, to gas prices, to the diversity, to the media pushing us apart like we hate each other, when I think the middle of us have way more in common than we have separate. And I think most of us could find a human connection to be better people, but like, we're polarized. There's crazy news. There's a war going on. There's inflation, recession. And that's on the back of 2 years of COVID, 2.5 years of COVID, where that created uncertainty. Should I even keep my job? Should I work from home? Am I really doing the thing that I am supposed to do with my life? Do I have enough savings? If the world shifts again, am I safe? Is my family safe? Is this resonating with everybody? Like, we went 2.5 years of uncertainty, and then we plow right into a recession. Like, hello, if you're feeling a little uncertain, congratulations for being human, right? So give yourself grace on that one. But here's what I want to tell you. If you have a little bit of inner doubt, a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of imposter syndrome, you worry a little bit what other people think. You worry a little that maybe this isn't your time to shine. When things get tougher, I want you to hear this. A magnifying glass gets put on it. If you have a little insecurities now, over the next year, they're going to get bigger if you don't address them now. If you've been playing a little small in the last couple of years, you know you have more, you're meant for more, you could do more, you could serve more, you could make more. I promise you, over the next year, it'll question you even more. But here's the thing you got to think about. Some of you, if you live here in the United States, some of you like the last president we had, some of you like the current president. Some of you like both of them, some of you hate both of them. Doesn't really matter, and I don't care. But here's what I do know. Has either one of them came and saved you? Has anyone fixed your life? Anyone paid off your bills? Anyone gave you freedom? At the end of the day, it's on us. Completely on us. No one, write this down, no one is coming to save us. And when you feel that, it is the most liberating thing in the world. You'll stop watching the news. You'll stop getting sucked into what everybody said, because it doesn't matter. If we want to unite the world, we have to find different ways to communicate and unite our family and our friends. We want to change the economy in the world. We change the economy in our houses. We want to change diversity and separation. We change that in our homes. That's it. It doesn't go from the top down. It goes from the bottom up. And once you realize that, oh my God, it's like, there is nobody coming. No one's going to make this easier. No one's going to stop my imposter syndrome. No one's going to make me get rid of this weird feeling I have because my husband thinks I'm crazy because I want to do my own thing. Nobody else is coming to do it. It is all on us. And when you realize that, wow, it's time to gain new capabilities. Make sense? You guys feeling this morning? So there's a million answers to that. So I'd write this down too. The world is shifting. That's a fact. We're in and going into a deeper economic winter. I'm not an economist. I just happen to study history. So I'm only seeing the same signs in 2008 and in 1999. I was in business for both, right? So I hope it doesn't happen. I hope you wake up tomorrow and everything's thriving and perfect and everything you touch turns to gold. But I want to be a realist as well. So here's what I'd say. Isn't it better to prepare than it is prepare and anticipate than it is to react? Wouldn't you say it's better to prepare and anticipate than react? Right? You don't want to turn around in 6 months and go, oh my God, what happened? Everybody's insecure. Let me sit and wait. This is a time where you could thrive or be left behind, right? So the one thing is prepare and anticipate. Let's hope it doesn't get bad. But if it does, let's be prepared and anticipate rather than react. That's number one. Number two, you already know, if you spend a few minutes, and this is personal development 101. Again, I'm a reminder service today. So this is nothing more than reminding yourself of something you already know, you've already heard. But when somebody says to me, oh, I already heard that. And I'm like, but are you living it? They're like, ooh, I already heard that if I work out 5 days a week and stop eating so much bread, I can get in better shape. You heard it, but are you living it, right? It's the same thing when it comes to your mindset. What I want to share with you is that you have a trigger, you have a story. When you get under pressure, the thing that feeds you, all said you felt insecure, fearful, imposter syndrome. We all have, and you guys know this, I'm just repeating what you already know. You all have a go-to story. You all have a go-to story. I could make it if this crazy president wasn't, or the last president ruined everything. I don't care which one you believe, but there's a story. I would do this, but my husband just never has my back. I would do this, but my friends think I'm crazy. I would do this next thing that I'm dying to do, but I'm a little older now and I'm not sure I understand technology. Here's the thing. You already know that crappy, excuse my language, you already know that crappy ass story. Don't you, Judy? I see you shaking your head. Do you know that story already or what? And here's the thing. If you know the story, it's like knowing your enemy, and you know the enemy is coming to go to battle with you. But you got lots of preparation. Don't sit around and act surprised when that story comes in and says, we can't do this. You already know it's coming. So you might as well fortify the walls, understand the story, find the meaning of that story, prove that story's a lie, prove that story that has already cost you way too much. It has. You've already missed. In the chat right now, who's already missed opportunities in their life because of that story? The fear. What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if people think I'm crazy? Oh my God, I can't do that. My life is good enough. I should be blessed and grateful for what I have. Hell yes, you should, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't go for more, right? Rejection, huge one, right? I'll go, but what if, oh my God, what if I get embarrassed? You want to know what's more embarrassing than rejection, imposter syndrome, your friends thinking you're crazy? You want to know what's worse than that? Way worse, 1,000 times worse. Picture being at the end of your life, and whoever you believe your maker is. I believe in God. You can believe whatever you want. But imagine at the end of your life, your maker played you a video of the woman you could have been, or the man you could have been. You want to feel pain? That's real pain. That's when you're saying, can I go back, please? I'll never be afraid again. I won't care about rejection. Who gives a crap about rejection? I won't care if nobody supports me. I don't need their support. I'm not going to dim my glow for everybody else. Let me go. Let me go, right? What's more painful? Seriously, your friends looking silly, failing, or your spouse thinking you're a little nuts, or feeling you're a little too old, taking that uncomfortable leap. What's harder, that or being at the end of your life knowing you played small? Which one? You know the answer. You know the answer. Thank you for all these beautiful comments coming in. You already know the answer. So imagine at the end of your life, God, the universe, Jesus, whoever you believe in, says to you, guess what? I'm going to give you a chance. I want a chance to do it over. I don't want you to have to play small. I want to give you another chance. I'm going to put you back. Go for it again. If you really awaken to that thought, you have that second chance today. Today's the day you could say, whoa, all right, I am not letting that video. Don't you want, this is the crazy stuff I think about. And if I'm just being honest here, I think of the crazy stuff of like, I want my maker at the end of my life to play a video of me and be like, damn, you're crazy. Oh my God, you tried it all. You failed miserably. You look like a jackass in this one thing that you did. Oh my God. Pretty cool. That's how I want the end of my life. I don't want the regret of, oh, why did I let my girlfriend cock me out of being, oh my God. Like, I just don't want any of that. So you can give yourself the gift today of going back in time and making the shifts today you must make to have a different ending. So you could play the video where everybody's like waiting in line, watching your video playing like, damn, did you see Judy? Did you see Angela or Angelia? Is that it? Angelia? Did you see it? Or Allison? Did you see how crazy that girl was? That's the stuff I think about and literally on a regular basis, because listen, life's hard. We all got our story. Problems don't go away. Problems get bigger as you have bigger success. You're probably like, oh, that just really, that's what I hope to be more successful. No, don't hope for smaller problems. Hope to get better so you can handle bigger problems. I love Jim Rohn's quote, for things to get better. Anybody know the end of that quote? For things to get better, what do you got to do? You got to get better, right? Don't wish for an easier life. Wish to handle harder things. Find a way. If I sit at a table and there's 7 people at the table and all very successful, guess what I know? The most successful person at that table handles the biggest problems. Simple as that, right? So when we find and we shift these subtle little things, these subtle little shifts in our lives, we start to realize no one's coming to save us. I'm in control. This mind of mine will screw me up or empower me. I get to decide which voice I'm going to listen to. Play small, be safe, you should be fortunate. Or no. I'm a woman, I'm a man ready to bust out. If I don't bust out, become the woman I was meant to be, I will die today. I won't die in 50 years. I'll die today if I don't bust out and become who I'm supposed to be. That's when life changes. That's when you prepare, whether we're going through a recession or the greatest time in history. Recessions build the most successful people. Recessions build the most wealth because you have no competition. Most people are going to freeze and sit on their hands and wait for someone else to fix it. While they're doing that, you could be changing the world, thriving at a level you never imagined. The last thing I'll say here, and I know what Krista's talking about in the beginning of some of the trainings Tony Robbins and I do. And I hope you guys get to join us in August. We're doing a special 5-day training with Tony and I. It's going to be off the charts. We're calling it a time to thrive. It's people need it the most. And we decided to go all in and do a 5-day training. We're doing it for $10,000. No, just kidding. We're doing it absolutely free. It's 5 days. Tony Robbins, myself, Jenna Kutcher, Brennan Burchard, Lisa Nichols, some really amazing people. We even got Matthew McConaughey coming because I read his book, Green Lights. I loved it so much. We got a hold of him and asked him to come. So he's going to come share as well. It's an amazing event. And if you liked a little bit of what I shared today, imagine getting 5 days, like 2.5 hours a day of feeding your mind on what you could be doing to thrive in this shifting world. Think about this. I love the quote by Wayne Gretzky that says, when people I don't know if you know Wayne Gretzky, I didn't follow hockey, but you kind of know the best of each, right? You know, if you don't follow basketball, you know Michael Jordan and LeBron James, right? If you don't follow football, you know the heroes and the quarterbacks. I don't follow hockey, but you know Wayne Gretzky was one of the best of all times. Hockey GOAT. Perfect, Heather. Exactly. Diane. And when he was asked why he was so good at hockey, and he said, most people skate to where the puck is. I figured out how to skate to where the puck was going. Think about that one. Think about that one. We are going in a different place in the world, and you just need to figure out where things are going. And that's what we're going to do over those 5 days. Not only share some of the things, day one, Tony and I will light you up if you got lit up today, but over 5 days, we're going to show you the opportunity of where the puck is going and how you can thrive in this shifting world. So we'd love for you to join us. I know Krista probably will give you all the details on that, or I can when the time's right. The last thing I'll say this morning, because I know you guys are probably going to be doing more stuff after I go, is when people tell me they need a time management program, or they need something to help them with procrastination, or they tell me they need more focus, or they need a plan. All of those things are and could be true. But what I found in my own life, and this doesn't have to relate to you, but what I found in my own life is all of those things could be solved with one thing. I love having one thing that you could multi-purpose, right? Don't you love if you could do something once and multi-purpose it? I love, sometimes I do an hour podcast and my team will chop it, and it becomes a podcast. Then they'll chop it into a YouTube video. Then they'll take 1-minute videos for Instagram, and then they'll take 2-minute videos for Facebook. And then they'll take my quotes and make quote cards. That is like, like I did one thing and the team made a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I love one thing that can solve lots of problems. That's how you get exponential growth in your life, right? And for me, I know somebody will say, what's your purpose? What's your why? You've heard it a million times, but I want to give you a little hack here in like 5 minutes or less. I want to give you a little hack here in 5 minutes or less. Understanding why you're even on this training today. Why do you want more? Why, if you have this urge inside of you, this thing that says, do not settle. You are meant for more. Who is meant for more? Literally raise your hand right now. I can see so many of you, like, you know, not even just Allison. I see you fist pumping. I see you, right? Like, or high five pumping. That's it. That's better. But you know, you're meant for more, but stuff gets in your way. Old beliefs, the story we tell ourselves, the people in your life, the last time you failed, I don't have time, I can't fit it in. My magic wand for that is understanding why the hell I want more. That is my secret weapon. Why do I want more? Why do I work so hard? Why? Like to this day, I'm 53. I've had more success than I could have ever imagined possible. I have amazing friends in my life. I see one of them here, Mr. John Lee Dumas. What's up, JLD? I have amazing friends in my life. I'm married to the love of my life. I'm having my 4th baby at 53. I have 15, 13, 2, and I have a baby coming. I'm partners with Tony Robbins, who's my dearest friend in the whole world. And I'm working harder than I've ever worked before. It's because of this one thing. And it's understanding why the hell I'm working so hard. And I did this exercise. I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you. You'll get deeper this when you show up at the live training on August 2nd. Put that in your calendar, literally. Don't mess around. It's happening once. And then it goes away. It's a ton of work by Tony and I and our amazing guests. So make sure you go. We have a link. Write this down, but don't go there now. Go there when we're done today. It's thrive135.com. Thrive, THRIVE 135. I saw so many people asking how. So please go register when you're done today. Reserve your spot before it's gone. Again, it is unbelievable, and it happens August 2nd. But this one thing, I hired a consultant 15 years ago to help me advance my business and to help me get my students to have more engagement. And he said to me, have you ever done the 7 levels deep? And I'm like, no, but if that'll help my students, give it to me. He's like, no, I can't really give it to you. I have to go through it. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you, but I'll give you the concept. The high level is basically this. If I said to Kevin Scott, Kevin, what the hell are you doing here today? Why are you on this training today? You got a lot going on, man. There's so many things you got to do, but you're here with Krista. You're here listening to me. Why the hell are you here? You might say, man, I'm looking for a better way of financial freedom. I'm just guessing. I'm putting words in Kevin's mouth, right? I just want a better way to financial freedom. Good, man. Good to have you. You're in the right spot at the right time. But why is it that you want financial freedom? And Kevin could say, I'm in a space in my life right now. I've worked hard my whole life. I want a little more freedom, a little more coin. I want to make sure my kids and my family are okay. Okay, that's great, Kevin. So why? So the whole point of this is you ask, 7 levels deep means you ask yourself why with every answer. Why? Well, why do I want to have a little more coin put away for safety? Why? And here's what I know. About the 5th time you ask yourself, you get out of your head and you get into your heart and you feel it. It's like a kadunk, right? When I went through this, I had a table. I'm sitting at a table here. I'm actually traveling to them in a hotel room. They let me use their old library, which is awesome to film this. There's a big conference table I'm sitting at. I'm sitting around the table. And when this gentleman asked me, I spent 10 grand for the day for consulting. Why would you spend 10 grand for a day consulting? I said, I want my students to have more results. It was in my head, right? That's what I thought I hired him for. And he said, oh, great answer, Dee, but why do you want your students to have more results? I think I said something like, I want this industry to rise up. I want people to step up in this industry. It's like, oh, that's really good. Why do you want people to step up in this industry? I think I said something. I want to leave a legacy. All those things coming out of my head. But this magic of like the 5th time, I don't even know what I said like the 3rd and 4th time, but I remember what I said the 5th time because it went in my heart. And I remember I said, I don't want to go backwards. What the hell was that? It never popped out of my mouth in my life. I'm like, I don't want to go backwards. What does that mean? And I started thinking about living in a trailer park and being evicted from a trailer park and my mom working 3 jobs to make nothing and going to school some days. Lunch was a dollar when I was a kid. Actually, it was 75 cents. This is probably 1979, 1980, 1981, 82, 83. I remember going to school some days without lunch money and just telling my friends I wasn't hungry because when I lived with my dad, he couldn't scrap up the 75 cents for school lunch, right? And all that stuff came flooding back to me, hence going from your head to your heart. And I'm like, I am not going back there. And I said to myself, wow, first time in my life, I understand why I work so hard. And gentleman's name was Joe Stump. He was so amazing. He goes, Dean, love the answer, but we're only on number 5. Why don't you ever want to go backwards? And then I broke down. I could literally cry right now thinking about it. I said, I want my kids to have choices. Now, I'm not talking about raising entitled children. The world has plenty of them. I do not want to add to that bucket. I'm talking about as a child, I felt like I had no choices. So I want my kids to have choices. They want to go to school. Do they want to start a business? They are not going to get a big trust fund. I am not raising trust fund children. I am going to hand off the baton to children who want to run the next leg of the race. If they don't want to run the next leg of the race, I will love them, but they're not getting anything for free. But all this started flooding in. I'm like, oh my God, I want my kids to have choices. And I thought I was done. He said, Dean, I'm sorry. You were successful with 4 kids and it's only number 6. I need the last one. And now I have tears running down my face. Like I can't even control myself. And half my team is at the table, not half, but half the table had people on my team. And I'm like, I can't hold it back. I'm just going in on the cry. The ugly cry is happening. And he said, why do you want your kids to have choices? And it popped out of my mouth, something I never said before. I said, I want to be in control of my life. I want to be in control. and everything came flooding back. My parents were married 9 times when I was a kid to different people. I moved 20 times by the time I was 20 years old. I'd have different step grandparents and step brothers and sisters and step family, love them, and come home from school one day. It's like, we're out. It's not working out. Don't get your BMX bike. Your stepdad bought that. We got to go. And then back to grandma's house or back to the trailer. And then I moved in with my mom and her new husband, or my dad and his new wife. And his new wife hated me, like just didn't like that he had kids. And she forced me out. One day I just packed up my stuff and literally walked out the front door, walked 6 miles to my grandmother's house and lived with my grandmother for 3 years straight, right? What I realized, I was never in control of my childhood. I loved my parents, but they weren't the best at doing what they did. And I realized why the hell I work so hard is because I need to be in complete control, not a control freak. But if you ever see me, I wear a gray t-shirt every day of my life. You know why? Because I can, and I want to, and no one's going to tell me I can't. I take my kids to school every day. Every day. If I'm in town, I drive my kids to school. I make my kids their lunch every day. I write them a note in their lunchbox every day. I pick up my kids from school every day. My daughter pitches softball. I catch for her during her practices twice a week, unconditionally. I coach my son's little league game. There is no one on this planet that's going to tell me or control my time and say, you can't grab your kids today. Sorry, that thing's due. You can't pick your kids up from school. Bullshit. Excuse my language. My daughter's going to get her license in the next couple of weeks. She has a permit. Things are going so damn fast. I am not going to look back when I'm older regretting that I missed it all. Right? I am not. I need to be in control. And that is so, if you can hear that in my voice, that is so powerful to me that I would die for that control. You put a brick wall in front of me, I promise I'll knock it over. I'll chew through it. I'll go under it. There's nothing that will stop me. I don't have procrastination. I don't have time issues. I don't get sucked into social media. No one that makes me feel bad of myself gets any of my time. My circle is really small because I know what I'm on this planet for to do, and anything that doesn't serve that gets a no, and anything that gets in the way gets knocked the hell over. So you want to know a hack today? Understand your why better than anything else on the planet and watch all those other things disappear. And once you understand your why, once you fortify your mind, then find the capabilities, find where the puck is going, grab onto something and go all in, don't dabble. As my partner and friend Tony Robbins says, burn the boats. Find something amazing, go all in, and burn the boats. So that's my quick message here in a half hour. Did it all in a half hour today. And we would love for you guys to join us. If you like this today, if you want more, it's going to be something pretty spectacular. And I'd hate for you guys to miss it. Remember, write it down, thrive135.com. Here's the last thing I'll say about it, is we are doing it for free. This is a time in history when people need it. And sometimes when things are free, people discredit them or they judge them in advance. I'm not sure if that's for me. If I charged you $10,000, which we could, or $1,000 for this, every one of you would show up if you cut the check. So what I'd say today, pretend you cut the check, write it down in your journal. If you got a pen right now, I'm paying $1,000 for these tickets, and trick your mind, and you'll show up with pen in hand, your journal, and play full out.
Dean, you're amazing. I want to cry half the time watching you because it's so exciting and you're so inspiring. And everyone, when do you do it? You do it right now. So right now, when you're excited, you know you're feeling it right now, go right now to thrive135.com and sign up, because if you want to get this kind of momentum, this excitement, this energy, this inspiration every single day for 5 days with Dean and Tony and other amazing people, go there right now. I'm going to be there. My team's going to be there. Everyone I know is going to be there, and you're going to be there. Dean, thank you so much. And make sure that all of you, a great thing I would do before you go is read Dean's book, Millionaire Success Habits. It's amazing. Read this beforehand so that you, just can be inspired and keep the momentum going. We're going to be coaching you for the next 2 weeks before that, but you've got to keep showing up. Like right now, you're excited and you want to do this, and that's, but what happens to people is they lose the momentum. Do not lose the momentum. Now more than ever, we all need to stick together. We need to do this together. We need to thrive together. And that's what Thrive 135 is all about. Dean, thank you so much. Anything else you want to leave us with?
I will. Want to say you guys are some of the first people registering. It's like 3 weeks away. So here's what I want to tell you. Do not lose your momentum. I hope I shared something today that served you. That's my whole goal. If it's just one thing that served you today, I did my goal. But you're 3 weeks out. We usually don't let anybody know about it till about 10 days out because people forget. So what I'm going to share is go sign up. Make sure you watch this second video. Understand you can have the opportunity to come behind the scenes with Tony and I. Watch that second video. Register, but then do whatever it takes. Put it in your phone, write it on your refrigerator, get inside the Facebook group. I'll be going live in there periodically as pre-event trainings. I just know this is, I'm being really transparent. You might be excited now, but you'll forget about it. 3 weeks is like 3 years away in today's new world, right? So write it down, stay engaged, and show up on August 2nd. I promise it's going to be spectacular.
Dean, just so you know, every single day, we are going to be here from 8:30 to 9:45 every day until the challenge. So our goal is to get people to like keep excited. So tell them, show up to this call every day until we're getting them ready for you.
Awesome. Well, that's Krista, that is amazing because listen, the fastest way to get from where you are to where you want to be is find somebody that's already there, that's willing to share the path. That's the end result. That's the fastest way. I wish someone would have taught me that in my 20s. The fastest way to get to where you want to be is find someone who's already been there that's willing to share it. And the fact of the matter is over these 5 days, not only Tony and myself, but we got some amazing people coming and sharing how they went from where they were to where they are now, how they got there. And I think it's going to be something really spectacular for you guys. So Krista, great job. Appreciate all you do for the world. Thanks for inviting me here today. And we'll see you guys soon.
Oh, I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.